Mbogo, and I am a 22-year-old young Kenyan lady, very passionate about making a difference, very excited about this country, excited about the future of this nation, the future of my continent, the future of, my fellow youth. And that is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to ensure that, you as a young person sit there and feel, I actually matter. You as a young person sit there and feel and think that if other young people can do it, if other young people that will probably join us on this show at some point can do it, if this is what they are doing to make a difference, then I too count. And so we go straight into the question, how do we identify ourselves? Every 1st November, African states celebrate the African Youth Day. This is the day to celebrate the African youth and what the African youth has been able to achieve, the challenges the African youth faces. And on 1st November 2016 this year, I happened to attend a forum where we were celebrating the African Youth Day here in Nairobi, Kenya. And the moderator of the forum began by asking a question, how do we identify ourselves? And one gentleman boldly stood up and said, the African youth, and to be specific, the Kenyan youth, has been considered non-essential, non-impactful, non-important, unless it is during the election period. And many of us seemed to agree with him. I mean, we are considered as a crime. The older generation, for some reason, strange reason, looks at us and sees us as tools. The politicians look at us and see another voting bloc or another bloc that will shoot up their numbers, or a group of people that can be used for violence. I mean, people see us and the first thing they see is this generation of young people who will run to the streets when chaos come up, or who will be called up to go and throw stones. But is that really who we are? Recently, a research was done on the Kenyan youth, and certain shocking results came out. The first one being, how do young people in Kenya identify themselves? And these were the results. 40% of the Kenyans themselves as Kenyans first, 35% identify themselves as youth first, and 12% identify themselves by their religion, so they identify themselves either as Christians, Muslims, Hindus, and less than 5% of Kenyan youth identify themselves by their ethnicity. So going by this basic fact, we begin to demystify the very first myth that Kenyan youth are the drivers of negative ethnicity in this country. We are not. I mean, how many times do you look at your neighbor and think, oh, you're a Kikuyu? I mean, as a young person, it has always been practiced that when I meet someone, the first thing I want to know about them is what do they love, If we meet in a social space, I'd want to know what kind of music do you love, where do you like hanging out, who are your friends. I rarely go into thinking about where do you come from as a young person. So it is a myth. The same study proved that 70% of Kenyan youth believe that they can make a difference. I mean, I just want us to stop right there. 70% of Kenyan youth believe that they can actually make a difference. These are young people saying that with my talents, with my gifts, with my capabilities, I can make a difference. I can transform this country. And not only is it an aspiration that we can make a difference, it has been proven. Look around. The entertainment industry is being taken over by young people doing amazing things, coming up with new music videos, coming up with creative ideas. The art space is filled by young people. The fashion industry is filled by young people coming up with brilliant ideas. Let's not even talk about the arts. I mean, let's talk about technology. The latest inventions, the best of, the newest of technologies in this country and across the world are technologies invented by young people. So young people are a positive force. We have seen young people leading revolutions in countries. And you as a young person seated right there are a positive force in this country, and that you matter. You matter, you're important, you're essential, your opinion counts, and you're an important part of this nation. You're a critical part of the development of this country, you're a critical part of the growth of this nation, of the future of this country. I mean, someone once said that never underestimate the power of a group of young people coming together with an intent of making a difference. Nothing else has ever transformed the world but that. So I believe that if we as young people, if you as a young person seated there with your talents today decided that I'm going to make a difference, that I'm going to prove to the world, I'm going to prove to this nation that I count and my voice counts and my talent and giftings count, we can transform this country. I'm looking forward to the next episode, and I know you're looking forward as well. The next episode is going to be something that will get you out of your seat, get your energies flowing, and getting you sitting down and asking yourself, where can I position myself as a young person? It is going to be inspirational, motivational, moving, and as usual, inspiring you to greatness. Thank you.